Ranger came out with 10 new alcohol ink colors. Are they the same as the existing colors? I'm Vera Worthington. Let's find out together. Hello everyone, I'm Vera Worthington, and I just wanted to share with you the new Tim Holtz Alcohol Ink bundle with apron that I bought from the Ranger website. So these are all new colors from Ranger, and let's just unbag these. It looks like I've got a Tim Holtz Distress apron in here, which I will certainly use for both painting with alcohol inks and for any kind of resin work that I do, because I don't want to get my clothes all gross stained with ink and whatnot. No. And I have here the alcohol inks. This one was loose. Smudge is this new color, and here I've got a 3-pack of Brick, which looks like a dark red, Yonder a dark blue, and Wilderness is this olivey green color. Looking forward to trying those out. And here I have a 3-pack with, oh gee, I can't see what the name of the color is. Flannel is the middle one, and Chronicle is this one here. Let's pop this open so I could see what the heck the name of that ink is. Don't you love that? When things are packaged and you can't read the names to the things that are in the package. Okay, so I have Gravel, which looks like a gray color, Flannel, which looks like a light gray color, and Chronicle, which is like a kind of a light green color. So I'm gonna just put these 3 together for now. And the last package of new colors is Cosmopolitan, which looks like a nice pink color, Bayou, which I think is a little bit of a muted blue, and Juniper, which is a muted green color. So I'm going to keep these together by the trios that they come in, and I am going to unpackage these. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my colors unpackaged, and I kept them in the little groups of 3, and I have here some Amazon Basics photo paper. This is a glossy pack of 100 sheets at 5 by 7 inches. Remember, when we use photo paper, we always use the back side, so we do not want to use this glossy side because this will absorb the inks, and inks won't move the way we like alcohol inks to move. So I'm just going to set these papers over here for now, and we're going to start trying out these colors to see what they look like. How exciting! So here I have Smudge, and I also have a Sharpie here, a ultra fine point Sharpie, and I'm just going to give this a quick little shake, and I'm going to tip it out onto my paper so I can see what that color looks like. That's kind of a nice gray. It's a little bit on the warm side. It looks like a warmish gray. That's Smudge, and I'm gonna write next to it what it is. S-M-U-D-G-E. Yeah, Smudge. Just want to make sure I spell that right on camera, huh? Okay, so that's Smudge. Then I have here this trio, which is Yonder, Brick, and Wilderness. I'm going to try the Wilderness first, which to me, by the label, looks like an olive green. Let's see what that looks like. And as I suspected, that looks like an olive green. So I'm gonna write down Wilderness. Okay. And then I've got Yonder over Yonder. Ha ha ha. Yonder looks like a nice blue color. Let's see what that looks like. I'm just gonna put 2 drops there. Yonder, yeah, ooh, that's a really pretty blue. Now, I know that people have been saying, oh, why do we have these new colors? They look the same. Well, I am here testing these colors out for you right now, and then I'm going to choose alcohol ink colors that I think might be similar to these colors, and then we're going to do a comparison so we can see, are they just being repetitive again, or are they actually coming out with new colors, and should you invest in them? I'm a maniac. I love colors. I love alcohol inks, and I had to have them. I mean, I'm sure there's others of you out there that were just like, I have to have them, the new colors. But anyway, so now I have Brick, the last one of that trio. And I'm just gonna put a couple of little drops on there and let it spread. And we'll take a look at Brick and see how different this one might be. Yeah, I could already see that Brick is kind of a brick color, for lack of a better description, but yeah, it looks very orangey, but also a tiny bit towards the brown. So I think Brick is actually a color that I just don't have right now. So that's Smudge, which came loose, Wilderness, Yonder, and Brick. So let's set that aside for now, and I'll get another piece of paper and we'll look at these three. This is Cosmopolitan, Bayou, and Juniper. Now, Cosmopolitan is the one that I just was not sure about. I said, well, you know, I'm ordering new colors, but do I really need another pink? Because I thought, oh, this is gonna look similar to some of the other pinks that I already have, like Gumball or Fiesta. But now that I'm looking at it, this definitely looks different than some of the other pinks, which I'm really happy to see. Okay, Cosmopolitan. I feel very Carrie Bradshaw with my Cosmopolitan. If you're a Sex and the City fan, you'll get it. And next I have this blue color, which is called Bayou. And I think Bayou looks like a nice muted blue. I don't know if it's similar to Cloudy Blue, but it might be a little darker than that. I don't know, but it's really a beautiful color. I think it would be gorgeous used in landscapes. Like if you have kind of a, you know, a cloudy kind of day, maybe this would be interesting for the sky. I can't talk and write the name of a color at the same time. All right. Okay, so here I have Juniper. This looks like it might be kind of a muted green, which I think would look really pretty with that Bayou. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. That's another minty kind of color, but another color that's kind of muted. Like, you know, it's kind of a muted green, like Bayou is a muted blue. Yeah, that's really pretty. Juniper. That's nice. Okay. I think this would also be lovely in a landscape. So I'm going to set that aside, and let's go to the last three that I have here. I have Chronicle, which I think looks like maybe like a celery kind of a color. Let's see. Chronicle. Yeah, as I suspected, kind of a celery color. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else that looks like that. That's actually really pretty, and I think that would be lovely as a color in a landscape, like, you know, a nice color for foliage. And in usual form, can't speak and write at the same time. Okay, so here I have Flannel and Gravel with that trio. So it's Chronicle, Flannel, and Gravel. So this one here is Flannel. This looks really pale, really light. Just wondering if it's worth getting at all. Well, actually, you know what? Huh. That's a very pretty neutral gray. Got some dust on the paper here. I think that's why we got some spots, but whatever. So Flannel, and as usual, can't talk and write. Ha. So Flannel, I think that's a very pretty in the middle kind of a gray, and I would actually love to use that in a landscape for like a cloudy, stormy kind of a sky. I think that'd be beautiful. And last I have here gravel. Let's see what gravel looks like. Ooh. Wow, gravel is gorgeous. That's a beautiful warm gray. Wow. That's actually a little prettier than I suspected it would be. Gravel. Okay, gravel. This is a little bit on the warm side of grays. And yeah, I can see why they called it gravel. It would probably be beautiful on a landscape for like, you know, like a gravel road or, you know, some pebbles. But all three of these would actually be beautiful in a landscape. I can totally picture myself using these for a landscape. So let's just review really fast our trios. We have Cosmopolitan, Bayou, and Juniper. So that's what they look like dry. And we have Smudge, which was kind of our standalone color that didn't come in the trio, that just came by itself. Wilderness, Yonder, and Brick. Now, let's see if these colors look too similar to any other colors. I think Wilderness and Chronicle would look lovely together. And I also think that Smudge and Gravel would look lovely together. So, you know, this would be like the darker kind of a version of a gray, and then you would use the lighter Smudge together. I think they're very pretty. Did I just smudge gravel? I might have. Okay, so now I'm going to look at my alcohol inks and try to consider which of the colors I already own might be similar to these colors. But just from looking at them, I can say that these might be unique colors. A lot of folks have been saying, oh, why do we have new colors? They look the same. Honestly, I mean, I have a very good eye for color, and these don't look the same to me. Yonder, I don't know. That one might look a little bit like Cobalt or Glacier. I think Glacier might be a little bit brighter, but I'm going to pull those colors and we're going to do a comparison, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I went ahead and did some swatches of various colors so we can compare the existing Ranger Tim Holtz Alcohol Ink colors with our new colors. So let's talk about the grays first. So I went ahead and made a page. We'll just set those over there. I made a page with Slate, Pebble, and Mushroom. I know that Slate is probably the most gray of the grays, Pebble is on the brown side, and Mushroom is definitely on the green side. But I just wanted to show you Slate compared to Smudge. Slate is actually a very warm gray. It's very brown. And Gravel is much greener than Slate. Again, Slate is very brown, and Flannel looks to me to be most like a neutral gray. So then I took Mushroom, and I thought, oh, maybe Mushroom is like Wilderness, but no, not at all. Mushroom is darker, and it's also a bit grayer, but also a bit bluer. So those colors are definitely different. I can justify buying Wilderness, especially since when I did a page of greens, Wilderness and Moss look nothing alike. Moss is a brighter green, maybe a little bit bluer. This is a little bit more muted. And Willow and Lettuce are also much yellower. In fact, Willow and Lettuce look more alike than any of these greens. And Meadow is also much greener than Wilderness. So, so for Smudge and Wilderness, so far, there are no Ranger colors that look anything like that. I'm gonna move on to the blues next. actually, let's look at Bayou and Cloudy Blue. I mean, those are pretty different. Cloudy Blue is a lighter color, and it's not as muted as the Bayou. Monsoon is also much darker, as is Denim. Denim is a lot redder. It's a cool blue, I mean a warm blue, and Monsoon is more of the cool blue. So you have some purple happening in here. And this, I'd say Cloudy Blue is probably the closest, but Bayou does have some gray in here compared to the Cloudy Blue. And then I have a page of Blue Blues. I thought that Yonder and Cobalt would be the most similar, but boy, was I wrong. Cobalt is not only darker but more purple, as is Indigo. That has even more red in it than the Cobalt. Maybe it's the closest to Glacier. I'm not sure. The Yonder is a little bit redder than Glacier, and Glacier maybe looks a little bit warmer than Sailboat Blue. Glacier and Sailboat are very close to me. So if you had to narrow your selection of inks down, I would narrow it down to Glacier, because it comes in these nice big bottles, so you can refill your smaller bottles. I wish Sailboat Blue came in the bigger bottles, but I think they're pretty similar. And Cobalt again is a lot redder. And then speaking of reds, I did a page of reds so we can compare Brick to Rosewood, Crimson, and Watermelon. Rosewood is more burgundy and also darker. Crimson doesn't have as much orange in it as the Brick, and Brick is also a little bit more muted. And Watermelon is a very orangey red. There's a little yellow in there, whereas this is also an orangey red, but it's more muted. There's some brown in there too. So none of our existing colors look like Brick or Yonder or Wilderness or Smudge so far. Let's check out the turquoises. I have Pool, Patina, and Pistachio. And looking at all three of these next to Juniper, I can confidently say that Juniper is definitely different. Pool is bluer and Pistachio is yellower. Pistachio is also brighter in hue, whereas Juniper is grayer. I can see some gray happening in Juniper. Maybe the opposite of the color of green on the color wheel, which would be red, was mixed into this dye. I'm not sure. But as far as the turquoisey minty colors go, none of those are the same as Jupiter. And that leads me to the pinks. I made 2 cards of pinks because that Cosmopolitan color, I don't know, it looked like we had that color already, but apparently we don't, because look at Wild Plum. Wild Plum is much darker and more magenta. It's even a little bit on the purple side compared to Cosmopolitan. And Fiesta, again, is also more saturated. It's also a darker color. And this fun color Raspberry, which I happen to love because this color actually glows under UV light. How cool is that? This is definitely more a softer, girlier pink, where this is almost a bright neon-y magenta. And speaking of magentas, I have 3 more. I thought Cosmopolitan would be the closest to Gumball. Obviously Flamingo is not at all close to Cosmopolitan. It's very orange, but it seems as if Pink Sherbet is the closest to Cosmopolitan. However, I think Pink Sherbet is a little bit lighter in color. It's also more purple. I do see a little bit of blue within the Pink Sherbet, and I don't see that same blueness in the Cosmopolitan. So the bottom line is, should you buy these 10 new colors from Ranger? Folks, for me, an alcohol ink artist whose main medium to paint with is alcohol inks, it's a no-brainer for me. I am so excited to paint with these new colors because I think they are all fantastic and they all have a place in the art world. Whether you're doing abstracts or florals or landscapes or even pet portraits, I think this selection of colors is a beautiful selection. Should you go out and buy it? Yes. Like, run to the store now and buy it. Tell them Vera sent you. Not that that'll get you a discount, but it'll be fun to tell them. But anyway, I am not paid by Ranger. Please know that. This is my own personal opinion on these colors. This is what I think of the colors. I think they're great. Being an artist who loves to paint for spooky season, I think that flannel, gravel, and smudge are going to be great for my tombstones in my cemeteries. And I also think that chronicle and wilderness are going to be beautiful for when I paint a landscape or florals. I think this will be a gorgeous color for any flowers that I might paint, whether in a landscape or just a bouquet of flowers. And I definitely think brick has its place too. If you like to paint buildings and you want a house that's a brick house, hey, there's your color right there. So anyway, that is my review of the new Ranger colors and my proof that these are definitely different. And people are going around the alcohol ink art community groups saying, why do we have these colors? They look the same. Folks, I just proved to you that they're not the same. Happy painting, everyone. Have a great time, and I hope you learned something today. I'm Vera Worthington. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. On all 4 platforms, you can find me as Worthington Fine Art. Thank you, everybody.